Preserving memories for posterity. A local business is taking your precious mementos, be it on film, tape, parchment, and beyond, and safeguarding them for generations to come. Let's welcome Jeff Weber, CEO and founder of Heirloom Cloud Corporation. We're also joined by Harry Dennis, media archivist. Great to have you gentlemen here with us.
Thank you, Layla.
I'd like people to know that this is a veteran-owned business.
Indeed.
You are a former intelligence officer.
That's correct.
So you know a thing or two about security.
I do.
Privacy.
I do.
How did you get into this business, though?
Oh, hard-fought lessons, Layla. In my last position, I was working for the Director of National Intelligence.
Goodness.
This is many years ago, and he comes to me and says, "You're on the team to help put top secret data from the CIA onto Amazon."
Oh.
And I said, "Sir, I swore an oath to protect classified material. I don't think this is a good idea." And he said, "I work for the president, you work for me, go figure it out." Several months of my trying to prove him wrong, it was quite an epiphany. The commercial cloud is a wonderful, safe place to keep memories just like what we see here.
Indeed. So let's talk about what you do. So if I have an album full of Polaroid pictures or old VHS tapes, so essentially we hand them over to Harry, and as an archivist, what does he do with it?
Oh, Harry, why don't you talk to us about photo albums? This is actually a very easier album if you can just hold that up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right. There you go.
Very, very typical in the 80s, 90s that you would slide your photos into these sleeves. These Harry would scan, so each one becomes a separate JPEG image that you can then enjoy it from your phone, your laptop, your smart TV. You can share it with mom, dad, friends, and family around the world. But this is not Facebook. This is not YouTube.
Right.
It is a private social network.
Yes, and private. And I want to talk about some privacy issues as well. But before we do that, so this is, what kind of tape is this?
This is an 8mm reel. It's a very small reel, holds about 4 minutes of video.
So essentially this and all of this, it goes up into a cloud, and then people, your trusted network gets a password and access to view pictures. So you can share family photos and historic stuff with your family all over the world.
That's correct.
It's fascinating. Okay, Harry, in your job as an archivist, it's got to be kind of fascinating for you to see people's lives unfolding and people you've never met. I'm sure you know them by the time you're done archiving their stuff.
Yeah, you basically get to see someone's entire life throughout these, I mean, depending on how many pictures, but you know, there's some orders that are pretty massive in scale and size, so you pretty much essentially see someone's entire life through just all these photos and whatnot.
So you have to be organized, but also when we're talking about privacy, so let's say someone has a box of VHS tapes that they haven't touched in decades. They say, hey, I have no idea what's on these tapes. Have you come across anything that could be compromising?
We see a lot of interesting things, and I would say many of those were mine.
Oh, okay.
And so when I got started in this, it was about 10 years ago. We were moving overseas. We had to put everything in this government storage, and we were basically, the family was living out of suitcases for a couple of years. And my wife said, "Take this video. It's our wedding, and you need to burn a DVD." And I'm like, "I'm not going to do that. That's old technology, and I don't want to keep doing this." But at that time, I went through a bunch of our VHS tapes and those that I inherited from my dad.
Oh God, what did you find?
Oh my goodness, we're finding lots of stuff. We don't have any, but I will say we do. We receive. Actually, at the end of the day, Harry, I feel like when I see these videos, and if you come into our AV room, we have multiple screens running at the same time, and you're seeing life.
Yes.
You're seeing all kinds of really exciting life.
Including the newness of life. You get a lot of birth videos.
We do. We get a lot of birth videos.
All right.
We see a lot of ultrasound videos, and then you'll see like a few months later the baby being born and dad saying, "I'm cutting the umbilical cord." You
want trusted professionals like these two to handle that kind of material. Any boudoir photos?
Nothing really compromising.
Nothing. Okay.
But the best part, Layla, is whatever is there, we kind of seen it all, and we really don't care.
Right. Okay.
We're gonna upload it to your private account, and then you might say, "I don't want to see this again." And when you delete it, it's gone.
It's totally gone. I also want to point out, with your particular company, Heirloom Cloud, you also are very inclusive in who is part of your workforce.
Yeah.
Maybe talk a bit about that, if you could.
We have a neurodiverse recruiting policy at Heirloom. So I'm very ADHD myself, which is considered someone with neurodiversity. But that includes my son, who's autistic. And so we'll make special accommodations just for like the interviewing process, or we provide internships to someone where they say, I'm not sure I want to work at this company.
Sure.
Can I just check it out? And what is it like to scan photos every day?
Yeah, yeah.
And so we do have a very inclusive recruiting policy.
That's the thing. We all have gifts. We all have our own set of skills, and you bring it to the table with what you do here at Heirloom Cloud. Thank you so much to both of you for coming on and sharing with us. Anybody wants any more information, we're going to put the website up on the screen. So make sure you get all of those mementos, because you want to keep them safe as well, up in the cloud where they're safe. Thank you both.
Thanks, Layla.
We're back after this.